Hello, 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 hello. How are you? This is Els coming to you from Bima's Crafty Corner. And today we're going to make one of these. Okay? This is just going along in my little, stocking stuffer gift kind of thing. So this is a little box and I've got it tied here with a bow. And this little box holds two of these little Ghirardelli snowmen. Or whatever you want to put in it. It will hold the little mini Kit Kats. It'll hold three or four, I believe, of the small Reese's peanut butter cups. So a little bit of versatility here. Makes a great little stocking stuffer. Kind of a cute little giveaway for your kids for school or your grandkids for school. Or, for the ladies in the office or your postal worker or just anybody you come across during the season that you'd like to give a little gift to. So real easy, simple to make. This one doesn't take any time at all. I'm going to get all the supplies out. As always, all of the cut information is going to be in the description box. But I'm going to get out all the supplies and show you, okay? I'll be right back. Let's take a look at the things we're going to need supply-wise to complete this project. First thing is adhesive. I do recommend glue on this one and not double-sided tape, but I always recommend glue when we're making some kind of a box, okay? So let's have some glue, some ribbons, some twine, something that you can tie or bow if you want to. If you're not going to tie a bow on this and you don't want to use like anything special or particular, maybe you want to put some flowers on the top of it. Totally up to you, but that's what you want to have, something to embellish it with. You're going to have some ink. For this one, I'm just using some inexpensive Hampton Art, a pair of scissors, some scoring tools, and a scoreboard. You're going to want a trimmer or cutter, and then, of course, your decorating paper, whatever you want to put on here to decorate. And since I don't have a 6x6 pad, and this is actually a really good project for a 6x6, I chose the tags out of there. I'm just going to use the little tags that are in there. So I'm going to set those off to the side, and I have this kind of scrap piece of hunter paper. And I need a piece that is 4 inches by 9 inches. So let's take a look. All right, so we're 9. Fantastic. Let's cut 4 inches off of here. I chose wisely. Okay. 4 inches. So I'll be able to get a few of them out of here. So we'll just cut them down now while we're here. So that means I should be able to get 3 out of that piece. But we're only going to do 1 for the moment. So let's check. It is 4 inches. All right. Now, we're going to put this in our scoreboard. We're going to put it in with the long side up against the top, and we're going to put a few scores in here. We're going to score it at 1 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, and 8 inches along the long side, okay? Then we're going to flip it. Doesn't matter which direction we flip it. We're going to score it at 1 inch and 3 inches, okay? That's all the scoring we're going to do. We can get rid of the scoreboard. And we're going to start folding and burnishing this. So we're going to fold all of our score lines and burnish. And remember, when you fold your score lines, you just want to make sure that your ends, your outside edges and everything are all lined up before you burnish. Okay? Going to do this side. All right. So this is going to be a box, and it's going to be a simple box because we're not going to cut anything away. We're just going to cut the tabs. So on each of the tabs, what we're going to do is we're going to cut up on the large piece. Okay? You'll see you have a small box, a large box, a small box, a large box, a small box. On the large box, we're just going to cut just to the large side of the score line, and then we're going to wedge that out on the small side, okay, and wedge the other side of it as well. So you're going to wedge both sides of that. Then you're going to do the same thing here. You're going to cut straight up the score line on the long piece, and you're going to wedge out the score line from the tab, okay, and we're going to do that all the way around this. Okay, so it looks like that, and then we're going to turn it over, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just a wedge on the edge, just inside the score line, cut it away. Okay, I want to get a little bit more of that out of there. There we go. Now, some people call this a 3-2-1 box because it is 3 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch. So it's 3 inches long, 2 inches wide, and 1 inch tall. Okay. That's it. That's all we're cutting off on this one. So let's get all of that out of the way. All right. Either side. We're going to start on either side. Doesn't matter which side we're going to start on. We're going to fold in these 2 flaps. We're going to put adhesive on them. And we want to make sure that we line up this fold here on the flap with this flat. Okay? We want to line that up perfect. We're going to do that on both sides. Nice and square. Then we're going to do the same thing with the next set coming into this box. So we're going to press these down, add our adhesive, and then we're going to put them in to our box, and we're going to line up that fold with the side. Okay? All right, now once that's done, we're going to do the last 2. Now here's the thing, I know, I'm going to say it. This one, we're going to slightly leave a little over. I'll explain. This is the lid. It has to fold down over the box, okay? So when we put this one on, we really want to give it just a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit right there of overhang, okay? Just a tiny little, like 1/8 of an inch at the bottom kind of overhang, okay? So we're going to hold that, and that's our whole box. The box is completed, all right? So it'll fold down. The only thing we have left to do is, if you want to, you're going to take a nip here for a finger, just to make it easier to open, you know, the box. And then, as I said, this is a 3-2-1. So it's 3 inches here, 2 inches here, and it's 1 inch tall. So we already know 3 by 2. And if we take 1/8 off of each side, we know that that is 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. So that's what we're going to cut. Let's see what we've got. I'm going to do this one. So I'm just going to cut this out. And then I'm going to get my trimmer up here. And we're going to cut this out. Two 3/4. And 1 3/4. So let's get rid of some of this. And some of this. Okay. So that was a little tag, and I just cut around it until it fit what I needed it to fit. I am going to round the corners on this one a little bit, So just so slightly, I'm going to round corners. And then I'm just going to ink it a little bit around the edge, just to get rid of that little white line. And this is going to be glued onto the top of my box. Just like that. Now, if I want, I could tie some twine on this, and I think this one would actually look really cute with red and white twine, and just do it in a 4 pattern. But I want to show you a couple of different ways that you can finish these boxes off to make them all different and unique. So I'm going to be back with a few more boxes. I'm going to show you how you can finish them off a couple of different ways, okay? Right back. So these are my little boxes. So let's take a look. This is the one that we did together. And you can see you've got a little finger notch here, and all we did was tie this up with some red and white baker's twine. Looks adorable, cute little Christmas package. This is the original one that I just added a little gold ribbon to that can slide right off. And, hey, stay over there. This one is just a belly band made from a 9-inch strip of paper that gets wrapped around and glued, and it's actually glued underneath here so that you don't see it. And then I just glued on a little poinsettia to give it kind of a 3-dimensional. And the last one I did was this one here. It just has a little bit of red and gold ribbon on it, and a little gold piece here that just says December the 25th. And you can just put a little bow on there, or just write somebody's name on it, or put a little gift tag. And this would be a cute, adorable little present to give to somebody. That's it. That's all I have for you today. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that button for me and subscribe. Like me, ring my bell, share me with all your friends. And then your friends can be my friends, and my friends can be your friends, and our friends can get to be friends. And before you know it, we have a giant crafting community. Until I see you again, stay safe. Bye-bye.